Today I wanted to talk about a budget-friendly director's monitor. I am so impressed with this thing. It comes in at a great price. It's definitely a handy thing to have on set, and it actually works good. Let's dive in. So full disclosure, this is not sponsored. I bought this with my own money. I was looking for a director's monitor, a budget-friendly one, and today I'm gonna go over all the pros and cons. So the specific model for this director's monitor is SEETEC ATEM 156 15.6 inch live monitor. And before I get ahead of myself, let's talk about some of the features. The SEETEC director's monitor comes in a really nice protective aluminum case. The aluminum case does a great job of keeping the screen well protected, along with extra compartments so you to keep stuff in. Now the screen itself is advertised as 4K, but it's really only 1080p resolution with the ability to accept 4K HDMIs. You're going to find a lot of nice hot function buttons so you can actually customize certain things, and in the back you'll also find an included HDMI as well as your AC wall adapters and a built-in V-mount battery slot, as well as 4 HDMI ins and outs with your DC plug-in. The menu also gives you the ability to customize the image as well as the hotkey buttons on the front. There's a lot of things that I really love about this monitor that make it practical. Before getting ahead of myself, let's actually get into that segment and talk about the pros and cons, starting with the very basic pro. It's obviously the price. For around $500, I mean, you can't beat that, right? But oftentimes you'll find this on sale for a lot cheaper, and there's coupons where the manufacturer may discount $100 or even $200 off. So keep your eyes peeled, especially during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, things like that. The next pro for me is, and I've kind of touched up on this, but it's the case. Like, that is ingenious, right? If you're gonna buy the director's monitor, you're not gonna take the monitor bare or try to shove it in your backpack or something. You're gonna get a case for it. And the fact that this already comes in the case is just fantastic. Now the case also kind of doubles as a sun shield. Not extremely well, but it does a fairly good job. And we had no problems indoors seeing the monitor. It was very clear. In the sun, I think you are gonna have some problems. I think it's only 1,000 nits or something like that. But the case does help, reflect some of that light off depending on the orientation. I think you're still going to need like a blanket or a much higher quality sun shield. But if you're in a pinch, the case actually works to your advantage, right? And likewise, the little door back here, the trap door, I actually keep a lot of accessories in there. Things that we're going to be using, like cables or even sometimes transmitters, depending on the shoot where we're going and things like that, because it's going to protect it as well. That's a big advantage to me. There's storage compartment in the back. Not a lot, but enough to kind of keep certain things in there. The next pro for me is hands down the fact that it also accepts V-mount batteries. So if you are in a remote shooting area, you can run V-mount batteries and get pretty decent run times depending on the size of the battery, and be able to do all of your director monitoring, or have your clients have something that they can monitor as well in a remote environment without needing to plug into the wall. You can also plug into the wall, right? It also comes with a wall adapter. The wall adapter cable could have been longer, but it's nice that that's included. But I'm really happy that you have the option of going V-mount or plugging into the wall. I like to run like wirelessly, right, batteries with my lights and things like that, just to have that versatility, right? And if I need to plug into a wall, great. But most of the time, being flexible and just being mobile is a huge, huge pro. Another pro is this director's monitor automatically comes with switching. Yes, it has built-in switches. So if you are running multiple cameras, it's going to give you multiple feeds. The switching is a bit delayed. There's like a little bit of a boot up, or maybe the monitor's thinking or something like that. It's not instantaneous, right? It's not that bad. It's about like a 4-second delay, and then it switches. The image itself isn't delayed. It's just switching, right, between the feeds could have a little delay. But I also like to just put it on like a 2-camera monitor or 4-camera monitoring and just see everything at once, and then you have no problems. It's only when you're switching from like camera 1 to camera 2 in full screen where you're going to experience a bit of a delay. Next Pro, I'm going to mention it, but I don't personally use it. It does have certain features like false color, focus peaking, things like that. I wouldn't rely on it, right, too heavily. I mean, I guess if you're the director and you just kind of want to have an idea of what the exposure looks like, but I would leave it up to your camera folks, your camera operators, and let them use the tools that they have at hand with their cameras to do their job. But it's nice that that's included. Another pro is you can also input some of your LUTs and run your LUTs, and that's cool too. I found that the image isn't 100% correct. There has been times where we needed to adjust it, but you can adjust it. And once you do, it matches up just fine. So now let's talk about some of the cons. 15.5 inches is pretty good, but I think for the majority of larger scale shoots, if you're going to be doing larger things, it's a little small. But if you are on a budget, you're not a huge production, it's actually fairly big. It's not too bad. And again, the image is good, but not crystal clear, which brings me to my second con. The image quality is okay. I think they're advertising 4K. It doesn't feel like it's super high definition HD. The monitor itself is of low quality. I mean, it's budget friendly, so you're not getting a crisp image. It's more for viewing, not for measuring or calculating, right? You are viewing what the image is going to look like. As long as you fine tune it to the monitor of the camera and you ensure that the image is correct and so forth, you're good. It's giving you a very good baseline for what the image should look like. Another con for me is it's only HDMI. I wish it would have took SDI. HDMI is fine. Most of my cameras now are SDI, so I would have liked to have that capability. I haven't really seen a budget-friendly monitor that accepts both HDMI and SDI and has switching, right? That's the key, right? I needed to have switching for multiple camera feeds. And that might just be, again, a budget thing. That's basically it. I have no complaints with the build quality. It's built really well. I have no complaints with the weight. It's fairly light and easy to store and transport. And I honestly am very happy with the image quality. It's giving us a value to our production, right? And what I think I'm going to end up doing is either probably keep this, but maybe invest in one of their top of the line models, a larger screen, and maybe just keep this as a director's monitor B monitor and then have a main A monitor, because it really did work out great. Something else is we were running wireless transmitters the whole time, right? Multiple cameras using the Asun CineView 2, and it worked great. No problems whatsoever. So overall, I think you guys should be considering this if you are going to be using it for production, just to either give you better coordination, communication, or give yourself more production value and impress your clients and so forth. This is a great entry-level, budget-friendly director's monitor, and I will leave a link in the description of this video so you guys can buy one for yourself. That's it for me, guys. I hope you found this video informative, and if you did, please consider subscribing and joining our channel memberships. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care, everybody.